Welcome to Cryptid Technical. Please enjoy your stay. It's probably permanent. As you navigate the halls of our home, our technicians will provide you guidance. Stay out of all the Wendigo's bedroom and don't accept directions from Granny. And all these snacks are off limits. Enjoy.
Welcome back to Cryptid Technical. I'm your esteemed co-host CJ. I do not have the coronavirus.
Neither do I. Andrew Chris.
And I am pleading the fifth. If you, if my voice sounds different, it might be because there's an off chance that I was contaminated.
That Andrew's currently in self-quarantine.
Yes. It's unfortunate, but my job is mandatory, and my mother, who is a nurse, is also mandatory. So we may have affected each other. So just to be safe, I'm staying away from everyone else.
That would be pretty awful, though. Like, don't die, okay?
Well, yeah, I'm more worried about like friends and family. Obviously, that's why I'm letting.
Yeah, no, definitely. But
yeah,
but if you are gonna die, I need like 30 days notice.
Man,
Typical-
we already spent so much money
typical
trying to get the
work.
cryptids to cure you of the werewolf syndrome. So
Yeah.
Facts.
Hey.
How are you gonna have us go and cure you of lycanthropy? We went through a lot of trouble to do that. We had to lose our pet werewolf to do that, and then you want to catch the corona?
Look, it's a virus, not a disease. So I can't help it. Can't be protected.
Should we
all
call
the
the
time.
fairies back?
No, hell no. Let's just get on with the episode. Also, I need one of you guys to stop coming into my room and moving my shit around.
What?
It was a funny joke at first, but I honestly need you to stop. One of you.
What got moved?
I don't know. You're just playing practical jokes on me, and it's not fun. It's not a fun time.
I didn't do it.
I plead the fifth.
If it was me, your room would have smelled like fart.
Well,
That is true.
all right. Well, we'll figure it out. We'll figure out whose. Let's get into what we're doing.
Well.
Yeah.
Truth or trash?
Oh yeah. Well, since you wrote this one, do you want to do
right?
it? Yeah.
So this week's truth or trash was vampires would be able to see themselves in modern day mirrors.
I know this one.
What do you guys think? You think it's truth or trash?
If vampires existed in modern day mirrors, if you're going to go by how you could take them out, I would say it is true. They would be able to see themselves. Because that was one of the things that we discussed. Ninja said that was not a viable way to kill them.
All right. Well, on the polls, 67% of people said that it's going to be true. 33% people said that it was trash. It's actually true. It mostly true and in theory. So back in the day when the vampire legend was first born, mirrors were backed in silver, and that's how they reflected you. Silver's pure metal. And so being pure and of holiness, that's why a vampire or such creature would not be able to see itself within the mirror. However, today's mirrors are backed by aluminum. So they can see them. So aluminum is definitely not a pure metal. If you've ever used it in your life, tinfoil, anything, you know for a fact it is not pure. It'll yak your food up real good if you leave it alone too long.
You know, the first vampire to actually figure that out, like, was walking in a store, saw the reflection, stopped, walked all the way back to look. It was like, oh my God, I can see myself.
Right. And he was there like touching his face and stuff. And people were looking at him like, are you
I look
crazy?
good. Damn, I look good.
And then, he called any other vampire that he knew and said, we could see ourselves now. And everybody the mirror trade just boomed and
But then there's the one vampire that's like the ugly one. He's like, God damn it.
Get the Nosferatu, freaking
That's
Bram
right.
Stoker.
That's what I fucking like.
I don't want to. Yeah, it's like cool. I understand why people scream when they see me.
No wonder I can only build my harem out of the trailer park.
Oh,
Oh, jeez. Okay. So anyway, that was our truth or trash. I felt like that was a pretty good one, and I'm kind of glad that we got mixed votes this time. For the most part, it's been pretty unanimous across the board, the truth or trash. So I'm glad that we made you guys think a little bit for this one. If you got it wrong this time, please keep participating. Don't feel bad about it because that was a hard one, and it took me 3 weeks to figure that one out to present to you guys.
Wow.
Because Andrew doesn't want to do all the work by himself because he's lazy.
what? I don't listen to what you just said. I don't want to do all the work because I'm lazy.
No, Andrew, we love you. Sexiest man on the show.
All right, we'll allow it because of that saying right there. Did
Anyways,
I tell you I found out that I was 50% toilet paper?
Yeah, I saw that. That. I feel like you need to get your money back from Ancestry.com.
Yeah.
The quarantine's affecting their brains.
Yeah.
You know what I've been worried about? Genuinely worried about? For those of you that subscribe to our Patreon and get our videos, you'll see that I, in fact, have a roll of collectible toilet paper. I was genuinely concerned I might have to use it because we were down to like 5 rolls of TP, and I was like, well, maybe I should go pick some up, and I couldn't find it anywhere. It took a week to find some toilet paper, and then once we found it, I had to pull up in the parking lot. I went in the store, came out, sent my wife into the store. She came out. Then I sent Ninja to the store. He came out, and we had to do through all of that to get 8 rolls of TP.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. I just had to do that for water. They limited gallons of water, so I had to like put a mustache on, turn into a werewolf.
Did you send Svendrew?
Svendrew went in as well.
Yeah.
He was still in town, thankfully. But
okay. He's still mad at me.
No, he gets over his anger quick.
Okay.
They didn't let his 17 dogs in for some reason, though.
Well, that's just
how
rude.
dare they? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like modern day society should let dogs everywhere.
Exactly.
All right. Well, you know what? It took until season 3. We did mine in, I think, what was that, season 2? This is Andrew's all-time favorite cryptid.
Hell yeah.
So do you want to tell him what we're talking about today?
It's that one.
Andrew, did you did you forget what your favorite cryptid is?
Maybe. Why don't we discuss it in
lore and mythology?
So it's Goatman. I like Goatman. I like him. I like him a lot.
I'm not gonna lie. When you brought these guys up, and I was like, yeah, they're cool. In my head, I was like, I'm lying to you right now. These are gonna be the dumbest things in the world.
Oh, you don't even know, man.
While I was doing my research, I was like, these things are awesome.
Hell
this
yeah.
This thing is awesome.
There's so many spooky stories, and it's such a good well, I'm gonna let you get into the lore and other stuff, but like,
bro, they've got more origin stories than Spider-Man.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
And I love how like it's kind of one of those creepypasta staples.
It really is, but it's like it's been around longer than the creepypasta. So, Goatman is theorized to be, in a way, somewhat like a minotaur at times, but the most accepted form is it's a human-goat hybrid. And no, nobody fucked a goat. Well, I mean, maybe they do. That's West Virginia or whatever. Like,
there was a story about that, wasn't there?
Blue Ridge Mountains.
Yeah, there was sort of a story, and it's like there's there's like two or three foundations of story,
Mm-hmm.
and then those foundations branch off into several stories. So the one story goes that somebody's dog, or I'm sorry, their goat.
Their goat dog.
No, there's no dog involved. There was a different cryptid I was looking at. This is a goat, and it got loose in the woods. Something ate it, and it upset somebody real bad, and they turned into a goat man.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I'm going to talk about the way this guy looks and like what he does,
Mhm.
but I got to talk about the origin stories first because the appearance won't make any sort of sense. My favorite one is that there was a goat farmer, and that teenagers came onto his land at night and murdered his goats. And he was so pissed that he became part goat, stood up, and now wreaks his vengeance on people, specifically teenagers, with big axe, and just starts chopping people.
Well, they killed his prize goat, I believe, right?
Yeah, they killed his prize. They killed like all of them. Well, I mean,
I think there was one that he
in the one
specifically
story,
cared about.
yeah, it was like in the one story, it was just the one goat. In the other story, the story that I like, it was all the goats.
Yeah.
Shit. I
Cool.
got lost.
What are you doing, Ninja? Making him all lose himself in the music. He's never gonna let it go. Just one stop.
I know. I'm a distraction, I know.
Got your chance to go.
Oh, the other
Opportunities.
one, the
Oh.
other story that I really, really liked. It's the same farmer, the same setup. The teenagers came, they killed his goat, and Satan showed up
Oh,
and was
hell
like,
yeah.
"Bro, listen to me. I can help you get back those teenagers." And the farmer was like, Satan was like, "Just need your soul." And the farmer was like, "Goat man."
I'm pretty sure
Gave him
he-
a big old axe.
I'm pretty sure he wasn't told about that part. He probably thought he was going to become all buff and be like all demonic and shit. And then Satan just be like, I'm putting you with your goat. So
Yeah.
have fun.
So, I mean, and then there's a couple of stories about what the goat man likes to do.
He told him he was going to be the goat of all time.
But to explain what the goat man likes to do, we're going to have to talk about what he looks like. The goat man, obviously, if you guys are familiar with the Greek mythology of the Minotaur, is very similar to that. Yeah, but it's a goat Minotaur.
Oh, there's the hell's the word for it? Satyrs or something else other than that.
Yeah, I mean, like, I guess he could be a satyr, but like at the same time, satyrs are fairies. This guy is definitely not.
No, there was some other. It was the same as satyrs.
It's really
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, you could get away with calling him a satyr, but the body build isn't correct.
Yeah.
It's not right. Like this is definitely more minotaurish. Which at some point maybe we'll talk about the minotaur because I don't think the minotaur really counts as a cryptid, so probably not then.
No, there's stories like that.
Oh, okay, so maybe we'll talk about it at some point.
And then satyr would be another one we'll discuss as well.
Okay,
So
so
yeah.
the
fawns and satyrs. That was it. A fawn.
yeah, but those are fae. They're not.
Yeah.
This is a little different in a way because some stories, like you said, he's half goat, half human. He's like a goat monster, and the other one's like he's a goat demon. And
the demon was Pan, I believe.
Well, no, this one has a demon form too.
Yeah.
This is also a demon. So the goat man, like I said, he's minotaurish, but he's a goat, not a bull. Obviously, he's got a big old axe. From what I saw on the thing, it looked very similar to an executioner's axe or halberd.
He's a thick boy.
He is. He's super jacked. He has like a 12-pack, and I don't mean beer.
I've seen pictures of him like that. I don't think I've seen any of the pictures with the actual weapon.
Oh yeah, I did. The site. So I got a lot of my information off videos for this guy because I was doing other things while doing my research. So I was watching a lot of videos. No. Yeah, I was in there like, oh, goat man.
I mean, like,
Oh yeah.
different strokes for different folks.
Yeah, knuckles
That
up
farmer.
for me. But anyway, so big stacked minotaurish goat with a big axe. So the Goatman sometimes haunts roadsides, murking teenagers. Sometimes he hangs out in the trees.
That guy.
Hmm?
That guy.
No, that's not the picture I saw.
Mm.
Sometimes he hangs out in the trees. You know who he reminds me of a little bit? Sheep Squatch. Sort of reminds me of Sheep Squatch.
Yeah, kind of.
But so when he hangs out in the trees, you'll be walking in the woods. Doo, 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 doo. Oh, look at a pretty flower. Look, I found an acorn. There's a cute little squirrel. Oh my God! And then like jumps down on your head and kills you. I'm not sure if he eats people or not. I think he just murders people.
Murders and does other stuff, I believe.
There's the other one where, for whatever reason, he likes the train tracks.
Hell yeah.
That guy wore axe.
No, that's not what I
Yeah.
was looking at
And
either.
bridges.
Yeah, he likes railroad tracks and bridges, and he will lure people. In those stories, not specifically teenagers. He's not picky at that point. Like, he'll just lure anybody over there.
Male or
Yeah.
female, whatever the hell he feels like.
Where you show up to meet your maker. I like there's a lot of the stories that just
And your
absolutely
maker's
insane.
a goat.
This comes out of I believe it's Kentucky. Yeah, it's Kentucky, and Fisherville.
Not Goatville.
No, it's Fisherville.
Man, they gotta market their name better.
Well, I mean, it's an area of Louisville, Kentucky, and I mean Louisville makes bats. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Now we know why they make bats. They need them.
Get that protection from that damn ass goat.
Yeah, and then there's actually a specific bridge that he hangs out at. It's the Railroad Trestle Bridge over Popelick Creek.
Oh,
So if you got-
is this the Popelick version? The Popelick monster?
Popelick Creek. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And the Popelick monster and Goatman are synonymous with each other.
They're like bros.
Yeah,
Different area codes.
but we do go beyond Kentucky. It's just the main legend is within Kentucky, and culturally in the area, they'll tell stories of Goatman to their kids to keep them in line, which sounds very much like Krampus.
Yeah, and the Rougarou.
Right. There seemed to be like a recurring theme. Like before our cryptids, what was the recurring theme that we have with the cryptid? It was almost all
beards.
of them. No.
There were beards
Is it?
for a while, man.
Some of them are really
sulfur.
lazy.
Oh
The
yeah, the
sulfur
sulfur
smell?
smell, and then the lazy cryptids. So now
Yeah.
we have this one. But we also do have legends of the Goatman that come out of Maryland and Texas.
Maryland. Oh, Maryland. Yeah, I got those. But Texas.
Yeah, I saw one in Texas. I was actually gonna call my my mother up to see how close it was to her, and this way next time I go, I'll check it out for you.
So with this bridge, he'll jump down onto your car while you're driving under it. Right on the hood of your car, right on the roof. Pow!
Yo, that's some Mothman territory right there.
It
Yeah,
really
it
is. It really is. But Mothman's got more finesse, if you ask me.
He does.
This guy's just like Hulk smash and just lands on your car and just starts yakking your stuff up. It's this is the part that I thought was super cool about the Goatman. He uses hypnosis and voice mimicry.
Mhm.
What does that sound like? My favorite cryptid, Wendigos.
Yeah. And they're good at it.
I actually didn't know the hypnosis one.
Well,
Yeah.
they're also, if it was like a D&D class, if anything, these guys would be like rogues because they know how to disguise themselves and like that voice mimicry. We haven't done that in a while, like giving them D&D classes.
So this cryptid also has something unique to it that we haven't really talked about with other cryptids as of yet. And being that we're like almost, unless we are all past episode 50, right? Oh, we definitely passed episode 50.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay, so this cryptid has actively killed someone who tried to find him. There was a 26-year-old Ohio man who was down exploring the bridge, and Goatman hacked him up.
Yep.
Nice.
Which,
Not
out of
nice.
no, I mean, well, nice in a scientific sense, because if you think about it, out of everything we've talked about so far, that's the most solid evidence we've ever had of existence.
Yeah, somebody getting hacked up by the favored weapon. You can see it.
At the location. I mean, it could be some crazy homeless guy in there, but like,
Yeah.
but you're there, you're looking for the Goatman, you get hacked up by an axe. Coincidence? I think not.
Could just be an axe murderer.
It could be, but I doubt it. Crazy axe murderer out in the woods, living for years and years and years and years. Unless he's passing the axe down.
Could
Yeah.
be.
He finds someone, like he challenges them and they beat him and he hands him the axe. You must become the axe murderer on Poplick Bridge. You will be the Goatman.
Bleh. Just make sure you do that often.
Like he kind of found people that did his legacy.
And then once like you pick up the axe, it's like the one ring, and you pick it up and like you never put it down and you're like, precious, and like start hacking people up.
Meh.
Uh,
I wonder if you eat
Yeah.
grass as the Goatman too.
why not?
Got to get that roughage.
What I want to know is how the Goatman climbs up in trees.
Carefully.
There were stories of him being up in the trees and just jumping down on people.
Yeah, careful.
Well, I mean, he has, depending on how tall he is, but he has some significant strength in his legs, I would imagine. They are very good climbers for goats.
They're hooves.
Have
I mean,
you
I've seen
seen them
goats climb-
stand on like
yeah, on the
nothing of a
side
ledge
of
or like,
I mean, like
No.
vertical surfaces, sure, but like it's a tree.
but
I
they,
don't
they
know.
have the hooves. It's a nice little sharp angle. It's not a toe, so
Yeah.
it's just the hoof and can just dig into the tree.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
It's like having natural bear claws on you.
I
without the
guess
claws.
you're right. But I mean, like the tree just doesn't have the wide surface area that a near vertical wall does. Like the whole goat can get all four of his hooves in there. How they getting all four hooves on the tree? I don't know. I would have to see it. I guess it's plausible.
Well, he
You
only has
just-
two hooves.
You
The
just
other
gotta
are
dig
hands.
them in,
That's
man.
true.
You dig it in. Plus, you got that axe. You just put it into something. Just shove it in the spinal cord or something like that. Unless we're not talking about climbing up people.
Please.
Andrew, can you hear us?
Yeah,
Okay, there we go. Did you hear me before?
I heard how you guys were talking about doing the climbing up stuff.
Okay, yeah, you cut out there. I asked you if there was anything that I missed.
Oh, so like you did mention it a little bit. A lot of the folklore or legends or other stuff that it has the ability to disguise itself or mess with your head so that it can sneak into like groups. So like if you're out camping with a bunch of buddies and like one goes off to do whatever, your
Take a
friend
leak.
comes back. Yeah, your friend comes back as that monster, but like you don't realize.
Oh, so it can like shapeshift?
Well, it's not really shape shifting as it's more messing with your head, right? Like that illusion type deal.
Oh, the hypnosis. Okay.
Yeah. So it's like like a lot of the stories are a group of 5 people go out and they sit at a campsite and they're just joking around, and then out of nowhere there's 6 people at the campfire, and you're like, where'd this 6th person come from? And it's like you don't see the face because the face is all like effed up, like for like I would say like a fuzzy or something like that, and then it's like really the goat person sitting there, and like he's chilling at the campfire with you because it likes the, and that's like the stories are like you get that thick copper smell of like blood when it gets close, but like when it's right on you, you don't sense it at all because it hypnotizes your senses of smell. So that's like the ultimate, like I'm gonna creep up on you and come and get you type deal. So my favorite Goatman story would be Just one where the guys are out camping with like the girls, and they're trying to find, obviously, they're not find, just like hanging out, whatever. And they get the smell of copper in the air. Same type of smell that you would have, like if anybody's been out hunting, like flesh, like blood has been spilled or something like that. And they all go into like a huddle, and they're like, "What the hell's going on?" And they realize that there is like one extra person there, and they're like, "That doesn't make sense. We have like 5 people. Why is there 6?" And they kind of see that they were hypnotized and thinking there's like 2 of the same person, but the second person there is kind of like different looking. Like he's got a face that's not like being shown; it's hidden, like by hair or like fuzziness or stuff like that. So
Or so it's not in focus.
yeah.
Okay.
And then like the legs are like bent, the knees are bent the other way. So they like, oh crap, what the hell is this? And they all run away, and they run into like a cabin and lock the door and like fall asleep. And then middle of the night, one of the person goes up to go to the bathroom, and then when they come back, they see like 5 people sleeping, and they're like, that doesn't make sense. And they realize like one of the windows was open, so this thing crept in through the window and like slept with them. Not real, like none of them realized that it was like there.
Oh, so he just
Oh,
wanted to
wow.
cuddle.
Yeah, and like the story ends obviously like they all get out and like there's no death or anything. But I'm definitely saying that thing cuddled and then when like murdered the crap out of those kids.
Well, since he didn't murder them, he just wanted some time with people. He was
Yeah.
lonely.
Yeah, but like most stories are, it's like, oh, I'm gonna take you to a bridge and murder your face. Maybe this one's just like, yo, I'm just trying to get a date,
Yeah,
hanging
maybe.
out with these humans.
Did he kill anyone?
Not in that story, no, because you have to have like someone back to tell the tale. But most of the times, it's like the stories that have him involved is like 2 bros going out, and the one bro gets taken over by this creature, and you never see that guy again. And the Goatman comes into society and acts as that person, kind of like what you have with what was it, changelings? Like it
Right.
becomes that person in society, like, but it's slowly trying to learn how to like speak and act as itself. And
Hmm. Okay.
yeah.
I'd like to motion that we all formally recognize Goatman as a juggalo.
Oh,
I'll pass that.
why?
Cause listen,
It's
He wields an axe.
he's blessed with a heart, but is cold as ice and broken twice. Now he walks with an axe, dressed in all jet black with contacts, straight maniac, warlock, Sam Haim and Salem's Lot, sand through the hourglass ticking off the clock.
mm,
And his axe is his buddy. He takes it when he walks. Him and his axe will leave you lying in some chalk.
I'm guessing these are all lyrics because I'm not
Yes,
much
yes,
of a
they are.
juggalo. The only juggalo songs I know are "Boom Shaka Day" and "I'm Von J Back with Your Vertebrae" or something. Back to hit your vertebrae. I don't know. They did a cool one about like a dating thing.
Oh, the dating game?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that one before.
And then obviously
But-
everyone knows it's miracles or whatever.
But can we get him recognized as a juggalo?
If you want them to be like downgraded, sure. Just joking.
That-
For like the Juggalo fans out there. Yeah, I can see it. Like I'm sure he'd fit in. He definitely is part of that like maniac aspect, I guess.
It's freak shit. It's not about juggalo. It's not about being rich. It's about juggalos and running with lunatics.
Yeah, but would the Juggalos accept him? Is the question.
Yeah. Yeah, he walks with an axe.
Yeah,
He
but
cuts people up with the axe. He will
if
chase
he's
you with the
if he's
axe.
murking the family, I thought Juggalos don't attack other Juggalos.
But who said he was killing juggalos?
I don't know. He is. He's taking
Who was
people to bridges and like
Who was the
murdering
juggalo
them.
that he killed though? Were any of those people juggalos? Do you know their lives?
No, it's true. But not so. Like the opposite though is maybe those guys weren't Juggalos, but what about the ones that he did murk? What if that guy that he did kill was a Juggalo?
Maybe
People
he did,
trespassing.
he did it by accident.
Yeah. He's like, oh, Juggle, no. Uh-oh. Oh, Juggle, uh-ohs.
Well, since we're talking about this, why don't we go into
Hidden in plain sight.
All right, swear to God, if I cut out again for this is going to suck. But, all right. I'm going to go over a few stuff for this guy. I want to mention, because it's kind of a big thing with Christianity. Goats are normally associated with evil or sinful behavior and the Christianity and Christian demonology. So this thing is considered demonesque. Most demons in the Christianity faith are giving features of horns and goat hooves, as well as like the way they stand. Modern day modern day pictures of Satan normally have goat horns and goat hooves, with all red hair and stuff like that. And there is a demonic god. I don't even know how to pronounce this. Bahamut, not Bahamut.
Muhammad.
Bahamut? Yeah.
Who um, everyone thought the Knights Templar were accused for worshiping during the their order's purge, when they got purged out, which was like a goat god. That's all like the realistic things. There is a guy that won a Nobel Peace Prize in biology in 2016, named Thomas Thwaites. He made a helmet, feet, and arms so that he could look like a goat and hang out with goats for 3 days. And he won a Nobel Prize for it.
That's odd.
Yeah. So like they
Um,
call him the Goat Man.
I'm kind of confused. What exactly did he do with the goats?
Hung out with them.
Yeah, sure. That's what he said he did.
He chilled, kind of like that Goat Man. He was like chilling at the campfire with the goats and like hanging out in the cabin and like except goat cabins and goat campfires, which aren't
And this
doesn't
qualified
exist.
him for the Nobel Peace Prize. How?
Of biology,
Just because he chilled with some goats.
because he got into the goat mind, understood the goat mentality, and found out the goats are juggalos.
Got it.
So he
Understand.
was yeah. I'd have to look more into it. I looked into a few of it, and I was just like, how is this? I guess they're grasping at straws or something, but he must have done something that earned him the prize. Which, like, understanding how goats act and other stuff, like, I don't know. I don't know why that would be. I'd have to have one of our fans describe that to me, or someone like hit me up. SNL back in the day, there was a comedian named Jim Brewer. He had a comedy skit, which I couldn't find any like videos. They must have like took them all down of Goat Boy. It was basically him being a goat person, and he talks about in his comedy specials that he actually hates. Am I cutting out again?
No.
Okay, he hates goats with a passion. So he only did it as like a rib of like, hey guys, hear this. And it stuck with him. Like he still goes around in stores and he's like grocery shopping and hears like people baying and goading at him. From
That's
like,
got to be like really, really annoying if you think
yeah,
about it.
like you're in the aisle getting like TP for like toilet paper, and then you hear like someone next to you going, ah. It's like, all right, dude, come on out. Where are you? I don't care. Just get the hell away. All right. Now moving into non-realistic, we're gonna say comics for it. There is Harley Quinn had her own popular comic book where she is located near Coney Island, and there's like I guess the residents of the place that their apartments that she lives at are like the freaks for the circus and other stuff, which kind of fits. But her next door neighbor is Goat Boy, which is legit uh, a goat person.
And he's a superhero?
No, he's just a freak from the local circus, but he's like living his everyday life in an apartment.
Living his best life.
And he lives right next to Harley Quinn, so
That's not a bad life.
no.
Yeah, that was he enjoyed that neighbor.
Hell yeah. You have going into video games, probably popular one nowadays, Undertale. Undertale is has two rulers or kings of the monsters, Toriel and Asgore. They are both goat people. Asgore is like one of the end bosses, depending how you play. Spoilers for that. And Toriel is like the opening, like mom, like tutorial level, telling you how things go and there other stuff like that. You have Hunting the Goatman, which is kind of one of those survival. Hey, here's a bunch of cameras you can set up. Here's a gun. Here's lights, and like you need to track down and like hunt the Goatman before he hunts you. They have like ones like that for like Sasquatch too.
So it's basically like the Slender game.
Instead of finding pages, you put some slugs into them with a shotgun. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. But he's not like two hit kill. It's like no, you need to like put like a whole shot, like a whole casing, like 25 shots, something crazy like that into him.
That's an insane amount of shotgun rounds to shoot something with and not have it be hamburger.
Yeah.
Are you using birdshot or something?
No. They're using regular shells. Another one that I really enjoyed is a survival game called Do You Copy, which brings in the mimic for it. You're a ranger in a watchtower, and like someone's just taken off their shift, and you're there to just make sure things are going well. Like you have light over the whole valley, and you're just making sure like no one gets lost or anything. So a hiker finds your channel and he's calling to you, and you find out that it is a real hiker, but there's also the goat man out there, and he's like, you don't know which one is speaking, or is it the goat man talking to you, or is it the hiker talking to you? So your whole goal is to get the hiker safe to an abandoned watchtower and not have him die from the goat man and you not die from the goat man. Because he like creeps up on you. Like he'll be like, oh, can I come to your tower? And you'll be like, no, you can't. Don't even try. Like you're just
That sounds pretty fun, actually. It's
Yeah, I actually.
yeah. There's 4 different endings for that one. The goat man finding you, killing you, goat man killing the hiker, goat man killing the hiker and you, or you surviving and the hiker surviving. So It's all about how you play, how well you can be. You have Rise of the Argonauts, which is a story based on Jason and the Argonauts to find the Golden Fleece. There's the it's like a goat tribe or minotaur esque things. Then you have God of War, which has they are goat people. I guess they would be kind of more. They have the goat heads and other stuff like that, but I guess they're classified as satyrs. But they wield the scimitars and like staffs, and basically, if they can't get close to you, they throw flaming flasks of explosives just at you.
Like Greek fire.
Yeah, pretty much. Because they're just like anything with fire and flames that they're trying to light your ass on fire.
Wow.
Warhammer Fantasy, not 40K, like the fantasy part, have a chaos unit called Beastmen, which are basically the mutated servants of the Chaos Gods. Most of them sport like goat heads, horns, cloven hooves, goat legs. You have two variants of them, which are Gores and Ungores. Gores are larger, more powerful looking, while Ungores are like the smaller, like satyr-esque looking ones. And normally they use like mass numbers to take out people rather than just brute force. Warhammer is a very dark world, and the way that Beastmen come about is humans that are born with mutations or any chaos in them are basically flat out abandoned in woods, like just leave them there, and the Beastmen from like chaos tribes or mutated come pick them up and like bring them part of their tribe. Diablo, they've always been a staple. Goatmen have been a staple since the first one to modern day.
Yeah, they're like
And
one of the first enemies you encounter, right?
yes,
I
and
mean,
they
you encounter
have
them
that
very early.
halberd, whatever they're called, the axe.
Halberd.
Yeah, most of them have that halberd axe, so they can cut you down. I guess it's kind of a stretch, but I want to use Doom. They have what's called the Pink Baron, or sorry, the Baron of Hell and the Hell Knights. Those are like the pink guys that have like the feet of goats and like the heads have horns and other stuff. They're like super muscular, and they have like green uh, punches or something like that. If anybody's played like the first two Dooms or like the more than modern Doom, they would see what I'm talking about. World of
I think
Warcraft,
the last Doom I played was Doom 3.
yeah. Definitely check out gameplay of Internal, the new one that just came out. Sick as crap, man. It looks amazing. Plus, like
Right
all the
on.
upgrades and everything that you can do. I don't know what the Barons of Hell or Hell Knights look like in that version because I didn't get to see too much gameplay. But traditionally, they are like goat-esque. World of Warcraft had expansion, Burning Crusade, where you had which were called the Draenei playable class. Draenei kind of look like space goats. So humans,
Coast to coast.
yeah,
Yeah, you did it before I did.
yeah. So it's human shaped body, but they have goat horns and backwards legs or whatever. But they're blue or purple or green.
That sounds dope, though. Like that
Yeah.
sounds like a fun one to play.
Yeah, Draenei's, yeah, they were like demon, holy demons, basically demons that got cured. Summer, or sorry, and there was another MMO, Summer's Rift or Rift. There is a summon that you can do for if you choose the character class cleric and specialize as a druid. You could summon Goatman, which is pretty badass as a summon. Like that would be. RuneQuest had a species of beastmen called the Brew, or I guess that's how you pronounce it. Broo, Brew, right?
That's how I would say it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I can't mention, or I can't not mention, Goat Simulator, even though it doesn't have
That was free
Goatman.
for
Yeah,
PlayStation not too long ago.
Yeah,
yeah.
that was a free game.
You can become a demon goat.
What?
Oh, is that what it is?
No. There's like certain things that you do to change yourself into different goats.
Okay.
And one of the things is like you can sacrifice something or go to like hell and become a demon goat. So then you have the ability of being like super evil. But like I don't know if there's a stance where it becomes like a goat person. So that's why I'm kind of like leaning into it and saying like it's a fun game. And we're talking about goat people anyway. So
I'm really gonna have to play that now.
A Goat Simulator is a time killer. It's so
yes,
goofy, especially if you're drinking a little bit. Like if you're drinking a little bit, you get a Goat Simulator. What?
yeah. So movies, I had not a lot of movies out there for it, even though it is. It seems like it would be one of the easier archetypes for a movie base because you just have like that mimicry, the illusion, other stuff like that. But there was the Goatman Murders, is also known as Deadly Detour, which is basically based on. Sorry, is two cars worth of like friends trying to get like drugs, wasted, have sex, driving down to Florida. They get engine problems that leave them in Maryland, and the goat guy just starts picking them off one by one. He's like, "Bro, I wanted to party too, but now I'm just gonna kill you." Or they probably were making fun of Juggalo music, and he's like, "You can't do that around. I'm gonna take you out." Uh, Legend of the Goat Man was another one, and Goat Man by itself in 2017 was like a short one. There was one on YouTube that I found. They had the whole movie up there, and it was pretty cool. It was called Jimmy Tooper versus the Goat Man of Bowie. So he's at a party, he gets drunk, and his friends basically take him out to the woods and leave his ass there.
That's fucked. Those don't sound like friends. Those sound like
Uh,
people you shouldn't talk to anymore.
yes, and it was just a joke for him, but he comes back all beaten up, and they're like, "What the hell is? Why are you all beaten up? We just left you in the woods." And he's like, "No, man, there were goat people out there." It's like, and no one believed him. So like, he gets a goat person and like kills it, and he shows it to his buddy, and like no one believes him to the point where like they start getting picked off, and he's like there left alone, and it ends like with him in a house. And I because I kind of fast forward, somehow he loses his hand, like Evil Dead type style, and he's like has a shotgun in his hand, and these goat people are coming, and he's just like, "Let's do this." Except it's one of the crack shotguns, not a over under. Like so, it's like the
So it sounds
like a
very
hunter one.
similar. Like it sounds like, I mean, it's obviously not exactly,
Mhm.
but it sounds very similar to the thought patterns that were put into the script of Ash versus Evil Dead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I could definitely see like it as a homage for that part. I don't like. Obviously, there's more like evil parts with like the trees and other stuff for Evil Dead, but like uh, the way that it ends, definitely. Um, do I keep on saying
It's not a big deal. We're working with a pretty shitty scenario right now, so it's excusable.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the main stuff I wanted to go over. I know it does as it doesn't have a lot of. I didn't want to go too far into satyr territory because I wanted to kind of leave that when we touch satyrs.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally
And
understandable.
yeah, because there are stuff out there that like it's one of the few as you went over like the like Poplik and this thing are similar, right? Because it's like goat person or whatever. Just like you have uh Bigfoot and other like Bigfoot-esque ones. Like there's a lot of
Sort of
different-
like skunk apes,
yeah.
Yeti,
So, like-
Yeti. Yeah.
Yeah, so like, but I feel like the Goatman has a little bit more difference because it's not really considered like Fae or whatever. It seems more of like some hillbilly got drunk and had relations with a goat and made this like bastard child or something.
I really felt like it was super close to the whole Minotaur.
Yeah.
That whole
Kind of,
story.
yeah.
Oh,
From what I've seen.
there was one more I forgot to mention. GTA 5, the online, it is an actual Easter egg. You have to
Where?
go. You have to go up to the bridge, and when you are at this bridge, it activates, and then you have a chance of seeing the Goatman. And it's just like a goat person that will charge at you.
What the fuck was that, Chris?
I was trying to get stuff off the soundboard.
Just like through the freaking marker.
You go up to a bridge, you activate the sequence for it, and then you'll start hearing something. And like the guy that I saw it, he was in town under like one of the main bridges where there's like a hobo shanty, and like none of the hobos were there. And he
I think I
saw
know what
this,
you're talking about.
and he just saw this like goat person creature, and he's like, "What the hell is this thing?" And started running at him. And he's like, "Oh God!" And he was like, he had his flashlight out, and he was like acting like a scary movie.
Can you
But then
kill it?
Yeah, because he pulled out it was GTA, so he pulled out like the machine gun and just shot the crap out of it.
I'm gonna look into this now. I want to actually find it.
Let's go kill Goatman in Grand Theft Auto.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna look into this.
Cryptid hunt.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, they have Bigfoot too, I think, right?
We'll get Brian and Raul in on that.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Raul.
And
yeah, Raul's
and the
probably
other
at
one?
work right now.
don't forget, shout out to Brian.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
shout out to Brian too.
Yeah,
Brian.
I got you, Brian. I don't even know who the hell you are, but I got you.
When does Brian play it?
Whenever
no,
the-
wrong Brian. Sorry.
I was
Yeah,
saying,
whatever the hell Brian
Brian
wants to
plays-
play.
Brian plays Grand Theft Auto with me and Carrie quite a bit.
Yeah,
Yeah, he doesn't invite
He's
me
like
that much.
he's like my main Grand Theft Auto buddy.
and then you shout out the other
Yeah.
guy. That's messed up.
Well, every time he plays with me, he keeps trying to play, and then he's just like trying to kill me, and then I slaughter him, and he throws a tantrum.
I mean, that's how you play Grand Theft Auto. You try to kill each other.
I
Yeah.
call his dad to scan him with the truck.
Yeah.
He's mad at me for that. I love you,
Yeah.
Brian. You're my
Yeah.
boy though. You're my boy.
Give him the spaghettis.
Yeah. And he'll submit to the
So-
scan.
So stats for this bad boy. I'm gonna go. It is. I've run across that it is strong enough to like rip a deer in half. So
yeah,
I'm-
from what I saw, it's pretty strong and pretty agile too. Like jumping through branches and shit wise.
yeah, and able to be very sneaky as well. Like
And
Uh,
in one of the stories that I saw, it says that he threw a car tire over a bluff, which, I mean, takes like an average car tire is like 20 pounds ish, give or
Yeah.
take. So to throw that anywhere near a group of people, he had to have been pretty far away for this to happen.
yeah.
Yeah. I
So
we
I would
could-
say like
any of us could-
So
sorry. Yeah,
oh no. I would say it's like he'd be as strong as like a professional weightlifter or something. Because I've seen some guy like rip a car door off and then like throw it like 20 feet.
oh yeah,
that's probably a fair assessment.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give him like a 6. I'm gonna give him a strong 6. Or for strength. Dexterity as well. I'll give him like a 6.5 for it, since he is like. It would be interesting to see him racing against someone that would have wings, if he had like trees to run through.
Mm-hmm.
Like who would be
you think
the
it's gonna look like a Naruto run when they're running trees?
hell? Yeah, but I don't know if he's gonna put his arms behind his back because he's gonna be carrying that huge
Oh
ass
my
axe.
God, could you imagine? Like you're out in the woods and you just hear Kagebunshin no Jitsu, and there's 1,000.
No, I'd rather hear the one that he turns into like a sexy goat or something.
The
Arab Jitsu.
Yeah, just got like 18 sexy goats all around you. You're like,
Like
What
I
the-
don't know how to
what the
feel
hell?
about
Yeah.
this.
Guys,
Then you call your one buddy up, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Are they still there? Yeah, I'm putting my costume on now. Wait for me."
now the so dexterity, intelligence, it's able to mimic voice patterns and other things like that. So it's definitely a
It's-
5. Like
I mean,
it
I
could,
feel like it's a little beyond mimicry though, because it's fluent enough that it can assimilate into groups and have conversations. So this isn't this is beyond mimicry. Like it can mimic your pitch, tone, the intent behind the voice. I feel like it genuinely knows what it's saying, and it, from what I understand, multiple languages.
yes. All right, then I'll switch the 5 to a 7. We'll do that.
That's pretty
Just-
strong.
Just because that it does understand multiple like it takes its time to. It's not coming in like cheerio, mate. Like it's like slowly learning your language as it sits there.
Right.
And that's like the thing, like it needs to. Most stories are it's either sitting around a campfire listening to you talk, or on the outside of the campfire, like figuring out what the hell your language is. And once it gets to that point, like it picks someone in the crowd and then mimics their voice, right? So it's like, oh crap, like why is there two people speaking that sound exactly the same?
Yeah, I guess that is a pretty impressive skill at that point.
Yeah. And it can do multiple people. It's not limited to the one. So like it could
Picks
sound
up
like
pretty quick.
yeah. So it could be like having conversations with itself. Like it's the whole like if you're out in the woods and you hear someone say help me, it's like, oh god, what the hell? Do I go? Do I not go? That's the
Should I
question because
go?
like
Should I
it could be yeah. Is this thing is there's like a creepy ass monster out there, or is it like genuine a person that needs assistance?
Hmm.
Because you
That's
know
that's terrifying. Like out of the cryptids that we've covered, that's a pretty horrifying skill. When you think
yeah,
about it.
because it's not like it's gonna lose its that ability or whatever. It's if it's already ran across a person, it's gonna be able to speak like that person still.
Yeah, this isn't even like it's not even like a paranormal skill. It's just a stupid smart creature.
Yep. That's why I'm banking it at a 7 for
Right.
intelligence. Yeah, it's because like comprehension skills, understanding social cues, other stuff like that. Like there are
That's
stories where it is kind of off, and that's how they catch it. Like it's not.
Oh yeah, like it doesn't enunciate the same way, or like I
Yeah.
did see where sometimes like it doesn't get pitch right, and like it'll like randomly pitch out during like in the middle of a sentence.
Yeah. So like how someone, if you ever ask a question, you have that ending in a high tone. So like, how are you doing? Like it would do that with like normal talking. You'd be like, are you asking me questions or because it doesn't understand the inflection.
Right.
Yeah. So um charisma with this thing, like it is definitely I'm gonna put it at a 5 just because it is able to um or maybe a 4 because it is able to have like talking and other stuff, but like it doesn't understand like social graces or anything else like that. It's just mimicking. Like it's just trying to mimic its way through. So like if you are out with buddies and like someone that you've known a while, like you'd be able to understand your buddies talking compared to this thing talking. You would be able to pick up on those like little things.
Nuances, yeah.
Yeah. Um Supernatural, the fact that it is able to mess with your mind, like that hypnotism or illusion based.
That's a pretty intense hypnotism. Like that's
Yeah.
not just like you're feeling sleepy. All right, you no longer feel the need to smoke cigarettes. Like in Shadowrun, we call that skill chaotic world. What this
Yeah.
thing does.
Yeah, since it's able to mess with not only your perception, but like your uh, hearing and your nose as well, like the smell.
Yeah.
so it is a ninja from Naruto. It has Genjutsu.
I
Yeah,
guess.
I guess you could apply that. Sure,
Yeah.
if it had like a family line of it.
But like it needs to be because like the initial smelling of that copper or the blood that it keeps on, it's
Yeah,
not
that
clean.
gives it
It's
away a little
obviously not
bit.
cleaning itself. But like it can no, it can hide that when it's closer to the person, but it doesn't have the ability to hide that when it's further out. So
So
I guess it
so the hypnosis has a range. Then is what you're
yeah,
saying. Hmm.
pretty much. Yeah.
That's still pretty intense, though. Like that's equally as horrifying as just being able to assimilate and learn your language in the course of a few minutes to a few hours.
And the question is like why if it is like a real thing, why are there not more of them in society, right? Or like is it just trying to
Well, I
take
mean,
over?
if a farmer cut a deal with the devil, that would explain why there's only one.
True, but like it needs to populate. Like that was I didn't want to bring it up, but like in the fantasy aspect of Warhammer, like those creatures are mutated because are out get abandoned in forest, and they're not mating with themselves; they're mating with like humans. So like they raid villages, take the women, kind of like
Oof.
spoils of war type deal. And then
Right,
like
right.
Okay.
if those women are able to make it back to society, they are still going to have like corrupted babies or whatever. So they don't get thrown out because they're not corrupted, but like the kids definitely get like abandoned. So that's what I'm trying to think of. If that's the case, like if there's like these things in society, like are they then corrupting like the men and women? Like obviously, like if there's a female thing of this out, is it looking for like a female goat man, or is it wanting a male a person to be part of the breed? I don't know, because
Well, I
like
mean,
it's a weird question to think about.
one of the stories that I have seen is says that they were kind of horny and went after just about anybody.
Yeah,
And the goat is horny.
Oh yeah,
yeah. What did I
to be
do? So
pun not
strength,
intended.
strength, dexterity, charisma, intelligence, supernatural. Oh, I didn't give a number for supernatural, so I would say, are you feeling like a 5 for this thing?
I don't think
There is
so.
or like a 4, because there is a limit to the range, but it is
Yeah,
strong enough that it dictates it. But you are able to
It can
break
hold
out
it.
of it.
Yeah, but it can hold it for crazy long.
Yeah. And you are
yeah,
able to break out of it if you realize.
yeah. So it has a weak version of it. I mean, it's still good. Don't get me wrong, but at a 5, I don't know.
Yeah, I'll throw it down at a 4 then.
That sounds fair.
And then that's all the stats, I believe. So, Ninja, good luck.
Attention! Combat training.
All right. So with combat, I mean, I've seen different descriptions of the body in terms of height. So I've seen it range from 7 foot tall to 9 foot tall. Um, that obviously gives you a little bit of leeway with the stats because more muscle mass equals stronger or weaker. Well, as stride for speed. But I would say like it has, considering it has a more supernatural, it's a combined thing, so it has the animal. I would say I would give it the animal senses, considering it is a hybrid of the two. So they would definitely have enhanced senses. Like if you look into the goat physiology, they have really good eyesight, apparently, good hearing, um, sense of smell, and everything. Like adapt that to the goat man, and when he's hunting, it'll be a lot easier for him to see you. Um, Fortunately, goats aren't exactly that fast, apparently. I think the highest, the top recorded goat while it was running was like 10 miles an hour. but I would say include this into a human physiology standpoint. It'll probably be at least human standard, or I would say like Olympic athlete at most to run in its general maneuverability. The hypnosis I wasn't really going for. I would imagine that needs to have you beforehand, like under times of stress, it might be harder for it to actually sustain the hypnosis. So I don't know if it'll be able to do it well in a combat situation. Let's see. So main things to worry about would be the lunging of it, because it does have the goat horn, so it will actually lunge at you here and there. And considering there has a weapon, so it has the axe, which a very depending on which part you look at, it's either general hatchet or battle axe from what you said. So that depends on what you have to dodge.
I think you got the hooves too. You'd have to worry about.
Yeah, that sounds like
Well,
that.
there'll
that
be
would
a
suck.
mule kick, definitely. Like
Yeah.
that, the power. There will be power in the legs, but you want to see exactly how he actually swings the axe, because if he actually is good at it, there'll be a lot more flowing movements than him just like going around with a straight arm and trying to hack you like a lumberjack.
I feel like he's a brute. I feel like he's just like what would you classify that? Berserker.
Berserker, yeah. I could see it being a berserker. Because he's going to lunge at you. It's going to be the horns, in which I would say in the world of martial arts, like one of the easiest things to do when somebody lunges at you, you actually jump in the air, feet back, and you push them down. And it lands the person down. You land on top, so your hands are on their shoulders so that you can spin around and get them into a hold.
Right, so like a
But-
judo-esque.
It's in a couple of places. Like I've done it in ninjutsu. There's probably some I wouldn't say capoeira. What am I looking for here?
Brazilian jiu-jitsu, maybe.
Brazilian jiu-jitsu might do it. Krav Maga might do it, as well as Aikido might be one, because that's a non-lethal. It's just dodging the attack.
Mm-hmm.
But anything with a wind or water style might actually encourage it. But the only problem with that is that, as good as that is for most people, goats, they go in and then they lift their head up. You see, when they go in, it's just like a scoop.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think that would relatively work. So
Because you got if you're doing that, and then you're getting the horns for like.
yeah, so it might.
Yeah.
So they might see you jump, and he might lift his head, and the neck muscles, are going to be incredibly good.
But this thing is goat. And you think we just blast it with some ketamine?
I mean, that might work.
What's horse tranquilizer?
Yeah. I mean, it's the same thing of depending on the height. If you go in looking for a 7-foot tall muscle bound thing and you see this thing's freaking 9 feet tall, you'd have to pop like 6 of them into him.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, like, those darts are for taking down horses. There are horses.
You
that
still
stand
got
up.
to have a measurement. You can't just put a whole bunch into one thing. Like, there has to be a measurement whenever you're doing that to not kill what you're trying to do. I mean, in this case, if you wanted to kill, you could just fill the whole damn thing. But usually, generally, when you're taking down any form of game, you need to know around what you're looking into, give it the exact amount of like cc's of tranquilizer so that you can put it down but not stop the heart. So I mean, yeah, you can bring a horse tranquilizer.
But I mean, even if it doesn't put it down, it might make it sluggish enough that like you could maybe do something.
Yeah, it might work. Yeah, I could see it happening. Like I said, it depends on how much you have and how much you pump it full of.
What if you played some music to calm it down?
It might blast some juggalo music. I don't know. I'm going to berserker mode.
Oh damn!
Swing our hatchets if we must. But I mean, I could see it. It will do the berserker. It's gonna go and try and bull rush you every time, whether it be the horns, the shoulder, or come in with the axe. I would see I wouldn't see it as like a freaking war axe or anything. I would see it as a general, regular axe, or maybe even a small, um, the smaller war axes. It would end up being for chopping wood and shit.
Hmm.
Like realistically, I don't see Randa unless this thing is demonic and devil gave him shit and he has a huge war axe that I don't know about, but
Yeah, he does. It's a massive pole arm in the pictures that I saw.
okay.
Like it literally looks like a halberd with an executioner's blade on it.
Okay, then
It's
so
big, long, and it's a big crescent that comes down.
okay. Yeah, like I said, I didn't need to see a bunch of those, so I'm going off of what you say. But yeah, I can at that point it's keeping distance until you can gain closing the distance. Like when you get into its swings. When it swings one way, you'll be able to close the distance in if you're going from the outside. Okay. There are ways to fight with that close and mid range as well as it's a long range weapon. But you want to go in with the swings. I would say stick to the outside. This way when it comes back, you can manipulate the motion, use his weight against him, kind of using like an Aikido kind of throw.
What if he misses you with that axe and hits you with his warhammer instead?
Oh,
That'll suck.
are we talking
Pretty
about
sure I'll
down
be
below?
dazed.
Yeah. He's like, I missed with the axe. Mushroom stamp.
Well, actually,
Mm.
I'd be on the outside, so he'd be facing the other way. He'd have to hit me. He'd have to send it all the way under.
Did you see that loincloth in the
Uppercut.
picture, though? That thing comes down below his knees.
Well, I'm saying like I'm sticking to the outside, so if I can dodge that initial strike, he's pointed the other way, so he'd have to swing it under him and hit me with the uppercut. But at that point he deserves it. But it'd be like this guy has too much control. I'm good. But yeah, stick on to the outsides and follow. This is for a normal person, it may not go well because they're not combat trained, but I feel like this is if you are combat trained, done any form of martial arts, if you're in the military, one-on-one, especially if you have any form of melee weapons.
You stand a chance.
Yes, because it's I would say Olympic level, but if you're military trained, you're already at peak physical condition. If you stay in the martial arts world, you're in peak physical condition. You may not be like, the beast that has the world record of freaking strongman. I forget his name though. I just know they call him the beast. But he won in 2017, I believe. I saw a couple of his videos.
I watched
Eddie Hall.
I watched a man deadlift a car.
That's actually usual now.
Like
They clear out Volkswagen bugs and they just put two on a freaking thing and they pick them up and run. They do.
I didn't see that, but like I watched this man deadlift a 3,000-pound car. If you can deadlift a 3,000-pound car, I'm not fucking with you. Ever.
Yeah.
You say something to me, I'll be like, yes, sir. So I'm not even sure bullets are stopping a man that can do that.
Yeah.
no,
The
it's-
one UFC fighter, Brock Lesnar, is the one I saw him like just rip a car door off
Let's
and
see.
threw it 20 feet into a fan. Like he hit a fan in the face.
Damn. Was the fan okay?
Yeah, but he's like, I got hit in the face by a car by Brock Lesnar, so
Uh,
he was
yeah, the
happy
guy-
as shit. Yeah.
The guy I was talking about was his name was Eddie Hall. They call him the Beast. He's the world's strongest man, I guess at the point. I think now. I think he still has the title.
Damn.
But yeah, he can lift a whole lot. And I don't think this Goatman would do the same. I think it would be at above average level, if you keep yourself relatively if you upkeep your body well and you do martial arts or in the military, or just got combat experience in general, have learned it at some point, I would manipulate the motion as much as possible. And then he's gonna lunge, you can off balance him easily. And I would say you can go into various like especially if it's arm or head, you bring him to the ground, smack his head off the pavement or off a tree or a rock.
Goats have notoriously extremely hard heads. You would need to hit his head fucking hard.
That's the reason why you go into a rock or the ground. You go into something hard, you'll at least jostle the brain a bit to disorient him.
I guess for a couple of seconds anyway.
Couple of seconds all you fucking need. you need to make a window where you can attack and maim. And I would say even if you were to go into it with a knife, you smack his head off the ground and he's a little dazed, that's a second you got to hit a tendon so that he can't walk.
Right.
So I mean, it's whatever, even if you have a hatchet or you have a small knife or whatnot, it's manipulate the motion, put him into things. If you want to go by the whole theory of grab his shit by the horns, which is probably not the best thing to do, but even still.
Right.
Manipulate the motion, smack him into stuff so you have seconds to make small cuts here and there. I would go for joints. If he can't walk, he can't fight. If he can't walk, he can't lunge. If he can't lift a weapon, it will go downhill for him relatively.
All right. So are you saying that you would fight it then?
Oh, I would. This seems like a fun one to go for.
Hell no.
I'm
For
not
me.
feeling it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like even if I had a shotgun, it sounds like I'm gonna have to hit this thing a whole bunch of times, and it's gonna have a real opportunity to get close to me.
Well, just remember, like the head you said is incredibly firm.
I mean, if I had like a 500 Magnum on me or a 50 cal, I probably want the 500 Magnum. But those guns are no fun to shoot. They hurt.
So it would be the 50 cal. 50 cal is a huge kickback.
The Desert Eagle actually has a system on it that gives you some forgiveness when you're firing it. It's just the 500 Magnum though
Has nothing.
that thing's like designed to break your wrist or something. Like if you want to defend your house from an intruder, hit that guy and kill an intruder in your neighbor's house who's hiding behind their refrigerator. Fire a 500 Magnum at him, like maybe, but like there's like a solid 4-second recovery time after firing that weapon. So like you better hit him that first time. I'm with Andrew. I'm with Andrew. I'm really not trying to fight this thing.
I mean, it's more for me then, I guess.
Yeah.
I find this would be a fun thing for me.
And if you beat it, we'll all make gyros out of it later. Like,
Oh, that sounds amazing.
All right. It's a 50-50 on me though, because
I don't know though, because that thing's
it's
like,
human and goat.
it's
We'll make
super
gyro-
muscular too.
It would just be very lean meat.
Yeah, we would just make gyros out of the goat parts.
Just have long pig, man. You ever have long pig?
No.
Yeah.
What's long pig?
Oh, it's just another name for humans.
Oh,
Yeah. That's why I was just thinking, yeah.
that explains why I've never had it.
Yep.
Yeah. Kind of nasty. Like that's why I don't know if I would actually eat it, because it's considering it's a hybrid, it's both, and I don't know if the meat's gonna be the same.
But that's how you gain its power.
I'm gonna whoop his ass already. I don't need to gain his power. I'm already better than it.
Well, that's not true because you said if I ate egg from a wyvern that I would kill myself. So I'm calling shenanigans on that.
All right. Well, do you believe it's real? Let's let Andrew go first. Andrew, it's your favorite cryptid. Do you believe it's real?
I really wish this thing was real, but like I can't see, like there's so many, I wouldn't say paranoid stories, but like there's got to be a way that like this thing would have been out there, that someone would have caught it or something. And I don't know if like scientists are hiding it or some baloney like that, but like I feel like this thing is definitely not real. Like I
Right.
really wish it was, but like I feel like there would be some type of proof out there for it, like skeleton remains or something.
Mhm.
Like
Well, somebody got hacked up by one.
yeah, but like as I said, you can get hacked up by like anybody. So
Yeah, I mean
That's true.
That's true. What about you, Ninja? How do you feel?
I think it is a little far fetched. I really don't think it could be. I don't think it's real. As cool as this would be to be real, there's just
If you,
it. I
yeah,
don't know.
the
I'm
fact
on the
that like
fence.
it definitely has the ability to hide itself. Being the fact that like it's not going to want to see itself, it can just use its like hypnosis or whatever. So like,
hmm
but like there's got to been someone like running across and like, hey, these bones aren't like deer bones. What the hell is this thing?
I'm on the fence with the whole situation. Like some of the origin stories, it's like maybe like if we really stretched and reached for it, maybe. But other origin stories, it's like, nah, bro, nah. Like I could see like maybe somebody who was so enraged by goats and his prize goat, that he maybe enacted some ancient mystical power because he's on top of an Indian burial ground or something, you know, and maybe, like I said, we have to be reaching really hard for it. Like want to say, I want to say no. Let's say I want to say no, but I'd be willing to believe it without like excessive amounts of evidence. You know,
I
you
s-
brought forth a couple of things where I could be like, all right, yeah, then I'm
mhm.
with it,
Yeah, because there's I can see it as somebody. If it was the guy that went crazy, I think he got a sheep or one of his goats, took the fleece, made like a little cape, like a skinwalker kind of thing, put the goat on top of his head, and then went around killing people.
So he's a Kangaskhan, a Cubone.
Probably a Cubone, sure, why not? But I think he went around and the fear factor of the whole thing. Guy thinking is a half goat, half guy. He probably just had
That it's settled. It's
fur.
settled. It's not a Goatman. It's a Marowak.
It's a Marowak,
Pokemon fans out there, there you
but it's
go.
not his mother.
It's a Marowak.
But the Cubone's supposed to wear the skull of its mother.
Yeah, but the Marowak is what the Cubone evolves into.
Yeah.
It's a Marowak. Anyway, I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, guys, we apologize for the quality of today's episode. We know it's not typical. It's sound quality that you're used to hearing from us,
Yeah.
which is mediocre at best, anyways. But
But we have the safety episodes for it. I don't know. Are you putting the safety ones before this one, or?
yeah, we're gonna have this episode up on Wednesday. Well, while you're listening to it, we've recorded this, and then next week we'll be using an episode that we recorded months ago, just in case something crazy and out of control happened.
Like a pandemic.
And it has happened. We are hoping by the next time we record that this whole situation will be cleared up, and we won't have to use any more pre-recorded episodes because we only have 2. So
And we can take Andrew out of the basement from his quarantine.
yeah. So unfortunately,
Hell
we're not
yeah.
gonna, we won't have a truth or trash for you tomorrow. We apologize for that, but times is times, and we're really we've done a pretty good job so far of
No, we can still throw that up on Twitter. We just won't respond to it. Like we won't.
oh yeah, okay,
Announcing
so we'll put
Yeah.
one up. We'll put one up. We just won't have we'll do the announcement on Twitter itself.
Yeah.
So follow us at Barrelland Stew on Twitter, and then also follow Cryptid Beard. That's your thing.
Yeah.
Cryptid Beard.
Beard cryptid. Cryptid
Beard
beard.
Cryptid.
Well, yeah, I think that's it.
One of those two. And
Let me double check.
yeah, but give us both a follow. And then we'll do the truth or trash Thursday on there. Instead, we're
Beard cryptid is the
okay.
Yeah. But yeah, and then we'll throw it up on the Discord. We'll have it on the Facebook group, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
so that way you can still kind of see it. Do you want to keep it open for like a longer time then frame in that sense? Since We get more votes, or
Yeah, we'll do it regular. We'll just do
Okay.
a week. Then we'll announce another truth or trash afterwards and then we'll upload something for you guys. But yeah, but like I said, we're hoping to really kind of be in a safer condition.
Yep.
After in 2 weeks from now. Well, obviously the whole situation's not going to be cleared out in 2 weeks, but we're hoping that some of the tension's alleviated. And if your family right now is affected by the whole virus and everything that's going on, we feel for you. We send you all our hopes and best of luck. And we genuinely hope that nothing happens to any of you guys or any of your family or loved ones or any of that.
no. Please stay in, stay safe. Listen to podcasts. If you're not a fan of ours, go back to earlier episodes, or even if you are a fan of ours, go back, check out some earlier stuff, just so we have content out there to keep you in for a couple days. So, and then definitely try out other ones as well. But main point, we definitely want everyone to stay safe.
Yeah, definitely. And you know what? If you're bored, we're bored too. Come talk to us at the Cast Junkie Discord server.
Yeah.
We're
Throw it
there
up
all the time.
Yeah, and the Facebook group, throw some spicy memes out there. Get some of the, give us some of those Mothman ones or Loveland Frog. I saw someone put a really good drawing of that. I was like, holy crap! Why are you giving so much effort to that boy? But I forgot that he was your go-to for the Olympics.
Don't shit on my Loveland Frog, all right?
Yeah,
that's my guy right there.
hell yeah.
He's a homie. He came through.
Yeah.
Other than that, you guys can reach out to us at cryptidtechnical@gmail.com. We respond with relative reason. It's pretty quick. It's within a day, tops. We, like Andrew mentioned, we have our Facebook, and that's pretty much it, right? Oh, the Twitter. We did the Twitter,
Email.
Twitter, email,
Instagram, Snapchat. We don't do a whole lot of uploading on there.
yeah, Patreon.
But oh yeah. If you guys want to be Patreon supporters, do that. And honestly, we would really appreciate it. And we've got some special stuff on the way, actually, for our Patreon supporters, and then some new options coming up. We're going to be releasing some new things for everybody.
I'm looking into as well. There might be a possibility of maybe doing a gaming night with us. Just the way that things are going, it's easier to stay in and stream like a Twitch stream or something like that. So we would be able to interact with fans and do like the what is it called? Jackbox games or something like that, where you interact with your phones.
Yeah.
So,
And on top of that, we'll come up with a new contest this week too, and do something fun with you guys. Just so that there's something. We'll come up with an idea that it's going to take you some time. So for those of you guys that are bored, sitting at home looking for something to do, we'll come up with something for you guys. We'll do a little giveaway.
hell yeah.
I guess that's it for us for today. Right?
Yeah, I think that we went about everything.
All right. All right, guys. Peace.
Stay safe. Good night.
Goodbye.